Hello, my little bibliophiles. This is Jesse from Stories, Insights, and Weird Thoughts. Let's talk about microbooks, shall we? Thanks to the advent of self-publishing services such as Amazon's CreateSpace and Lulu Publishing, the everyday person has been able to create and publish their own books onto the markets without having to deal with the hassles and troubles of dealing with traditional publishing companies such as Penguin and Publishing. While an internet-based self-publishing service sounds like an amazing resource for budding authors and creators, there's one problem. It's the internet. And as any common sense knowing person knows, the internet is best known for one thing and one thing only. Cue the music. I would play more, but unfortunately, the point where I use the word dick in this video, that's when I have to pay Robert Lopez a good amount of money for royalties. So, sorry Avenue Q, I love to listen to that song more. It's a catchy song, but can't do it. We have to go back to the review. Thanks to the advent of self-publishing, young erotica authors have been able to publish and release their own books without having to fear the constraints of normal publishing companies. But this has actually created a new form of erotica book called microbook erotica, where the average book may be about 200 to 300 pages in length, and the microbook is often maxing out in under 100 pages. Something that you can easily read in about less than an hour or so. Oh, I mean, if you just sit down and read it, it's just pretty much over with before you know it. It's just pretty much the most basic story with a giant focus on the sex, while in normal books it'll be more story with the occasional sex scene thrown inside of it. Today's book, In the Velociraptor's Nest by Christie Sims. Ah yes, Christie Sims, providing some of the best Japanese dinosaur erotica that man can ever find. What? Are you serious? She's from the United States? Well, shit. There goes half my jokes. Oh well, maybe I can still get away with this one. Oh, Velociraptor senpai. Hey, don't you go against me. Just remember, I'm the one typing this shit up. I own you, you stupid fucking subtitles. Oh, don't give me that shit. Fucking hipster subtitles. I swear to bloody hell. Why am I even working with this thing again? Sorry about that, folks. Worker dispute. Anyway, let's talk about Christie Sims. Her line of work actually covers the more bizarre and more animal-based erotica books self-published on Amazon. Her work would include the very different titles such as Tantalizing Tentacle, the Fun Story Bundle, and The Were-Bear vs. the Were-Rabbit. So, let's dive in and take a look at Christie Sims in the Velociraptor's Nest, shall we? Before I can even start this review, I gotta make one point about the cover. That is not how a velociraptor looks. Science has proven they have feathers. Stop body shaming the velociraptors! The story would follow young Azog, a prehistoric cave woman who is tired of being treated like a piece of meat, who wants to be shown respect by all the other cavemen in her tribe. She only goes along and lives with them. It's because there's safety in numbers from all the predators around her, all the T-Rexes, all the velociraptors. It's either that or cavemen. Cavemen just seems like the safer bet, even though they're very violent and rapist kind of. Anyway, while trying to relax by the river, she hears a sound from behind her. Nervous, she goes out to investigate it and finds a velociraptor nest. That's right, a velociraptor nest with 3 baby little velociraptors. Aw, how cute. They are adorable. Her first instinct? Kill them, kill them, kill them, kill them. Bring them back to her tribe, and then get the respect of the men. Seems like a plan for success if you think about it. 3 baby velociraptors, which, if Jurassic Park is anywhere close to correct, they're only about the size of an Easter egg, maybe a little larger. So, then as she prepares to actually kill the velociraptors, then she discovers that there's a sound coming from behind her. Turning around her, she discovers her only way out is blocked by the male velociraptor daddy. That's right, daddy's home, bitches. Well, she wants to try and escape, but she can't defend herself alone in a cave. A velociraptor edges in, gets closer, then peels away her leather skin clothing, revealing her naked body. Which, again, the logic is, if I sleep with it, it'll let me go away. Because apparently the stereotype of all male species on this planet is if you have sex with it, it'll get very sleepy, and it's easier to creep away and get away from the dangerous thing that's about to kill you. In fact, let's take a look at the passage, shall we? Azog suddenly understood what she would have to do to survive. She offered her body, naked and yielding, sweaty and raw, moist, hot, and wet to the beast as a sacrifice. Perhaps if she pleased it, she just might live. Or she could get killed. That's always a viable option. Anyway, the woman and the Velociraptor, they have sex. The woman enjoys every single part of it because, what do you expect? It's kind of expected in this kind of book. And then the Velociraptor wanders off after a while the woman is unconscious. It's from the sex and all the pleasure she's gotten. And this eventually gets to the ending of a book, which you would think that I would not be able to say this because I'm talking about dinosaur porn, but the ending for this is just so incredibly cliche. It's just, spoiler alert, the ending of a book. Apparently the female Velociraptor that was this male Velociraptor's mate actually was killed by the hunters and left for dead. So eventually the cave woman and the Velociraptor decide to become mates for each other. However, the cave woman, Azog, she decides to take care of the baby Velociraptors and fall in love with the male one, which, again, it's the 21st century. I'm sure interspecies relationships have gone farther than it has been in the past couple of years, but it's just, does the ending have to be so cliche? It's just, I would rather have wanted to read an ending where it's just the woman took advantage of the Velociraptor after the sex, killed both it as well as the babies, then brought it back, or something a little bit more climactic. It's just, I shouldn't be getting this questionable about dinosaur porn. It's dinosaur erotica. It's just, what do I expect? Heck, it's not going to have the most romantic or elaborate endings, especially for a microbook. Oh well. What about the characters? Azog, essentially the only real main character of this book, she's what you expect from the traditional girl in the microbook erotica. She is unsatisfied with all other men, and she doesn't find any real comfort with them. She is not pleased by them, and it's just with the way it was set up, you almost expect to know what's going to happen next. It's just, I give Christie Sims credit. She tried, right? I mean, trying to write a book about an extinct dinosaur or trying to have sex with a woman, I can't imagine that being easy for anyone. I can't imagine someone trying to write a story like that and saying, I feel proud of this, but she tried, and that's all I'm going to say. Christie Sims tried her best to write this book. So that, I congratulate her. Well, as for the writing style of this book, it's just, you can't really have the most detailed or elaborate stories, especially when the running time of most microbooks is about 70 to 100 pages long. It doesn't allow you to actually do any real world building or character development over time. But again, it's just, what do you expect? The book is primarily focused about sex. It's not focused on the characters' interactions or the Velociraptor learning to slowly trust Zog over time. But for what it is on the whole, it actually isn't that bad. It's just, yes, it's the more obscure kind of fetish reads. It's just, you know what you're getting into when you decide to look up in the Velociraptor's nest. You're going to get the most weird, obscure sex, and you're going to question, how in golden hell was she not clawed to death when going doggy style with the Velociraptor? That, and along with other questions, you're going to have it during this book, but if you want an entertaining read, this does provide a change of pace from all the other self-published erotic books that are out there. So, in conclusion, in the Velociraptor's Nest, despite the one or two grievances I have with it, and as much fun as I poked at it, especially with the kill, kill, kill comment, I would actually recommend this book. It is different from all the other traditional books. I mean, I would happily read another one of these books over another 50 Shades of Grey ripoff about a woman falling in love with a bipolar, emotionally broken millionaire or billionaire or general rich individual any day. It's just, yeah, you heard me right. I'd rather read dinosaur porn than actually read another 50 Shades of Grey imitation. Alright, well, that's all I gotta say, guys. Be sure to check out the website, Stories, Insights at Weird Thoughts, and until next time, doodles. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to check out some of the written reviews on Stories, Insights, and Weird Thoughts, and be sure to check out the other video reviews I might have here or might include in the future. Next book review, it's going to be a written one. It's going to be Tony Burgess's The N-Body Syndrome. I mean, not an N-Body Syndrome, the N-Body Problem. Freudian stuff. Sorry. Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions for books I should review, put a comment in the comment box below. It'll mean a lot. Alright guys, have a good day and stay out of trouble. Especially you. I know what you're doing.